What's up, everybody? It's your boy T-Time Gaming back at it again with another video. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and hit the like button and also as well subscribe to this video as well. And today marks 2 weeks of the new EA college football game being out to all parties involved. So early release and then the initial release, which was 2 weeks ago from today. And I want to give my initial thoughts on the game. I didn't want to just rush and give a initial thought a week out, 5 days out, 10 days out. I want to play the game for a full 2 weeks, get a feel of the game, and kind of let y'all know what I think about the game. So this video is going to we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to talk about everything in this game. So this is not going to be a super negative video where everything I'm talking about is super negative. And it's also not going to be a video where I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever created, right? This game is in its first iteration, and there are definitely things that need to be worked on in this game. Now, I would like to preface my comments and say I have not played online against anybody. So for the people complaining about like Junkins is OP and Ohio State's OP and Alabama's OP, Jalen Milroe's OP, I really haven't faced that yet because all I've really been playing is Dynasty with small schools. So that's mostly what I've been doing. So I do want to preface my comments of that as well before I start the video. Now, let's jump into the bad first, okay? There are bad things about this game. Again, it's okay. This is the first iteration of the game. It's not going to be perfect. No game is perfect on this whole planet Earth. No game is perfect. Even NCAA 14, that game was not perfect. So there are going to be things that do not go over well. One of the first things I want to talk about that I do not enjoy about EA college football is the recruiting on Dynasty and how you are locked out from getting people to visit. Again, I will probably make another video once the big patch comes out, but that is a significant problem. I've missed out on a lot of recruits because I am locked out to get them on a visit. And it's not because the interest is not there. It's not because they have another school they got to visit that week. It's literally because of some glitch that EA has in the game. That has to be fixed immediately. It's a quality of life thing for us Dynasty players. That's probably my biggest hit on EA as of right now, especially when it comes to Dynasty. Since you said this was the mode you were going to focus on the most, I think that recruiting bug has got to be fixed immediately. The next thing, and probably one of the bigger things that a lot of people have already talked about, is the absolute issue that is the sim logic. The sim logic is absolutely god-awful in this game. Now, granted, I've played a lot of games, so I haven't really had to see the sim logic at work a lot, really. But when it does, it's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. The sim logic in this game is horrific. That needs to be one of the first things that are addressed in this new patch. And again, man, I get it, man. It's the first iteration of this game, but again, the sim logic is like worse than Madden. Like, it's bad. Like, it's actually one of the worst sim logics I've ever seen in a sports game, low key in my life. Honestly, it's bad that even, and I guess this goes into my next point, the glitch where when you're simming the game and you try to go back into the game, you get a blank screen just seeing the stadium and you can't go back into the game. That is a huge problem because some people might want to be an offensive coordinator and only play the offensive side of the ball, or they might be blowing somebody out, skip a little bit, the team might catch up and they might want to jump back in the game, and now they can't because there's this glitch where you can't get back on the field and there's literally just showing the stadium over and over again. That is a huge problem. EA has got to fix that with this next patch because that is an issue that needs to be fixed almost immediately. That should have been the first patch out, honestly, to be real with you. Another issue I have is you've been making this game for almost 4 years, and we still do not have every single team's uniforms. That's a problem to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's an issue. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like you just started development last year or even 2 years ago. You've had 3, almost 4, because if you look at when that Twitter page was created, the EA College Football, it was in December of 2020. So we're talking about almost essentially there was an idea that this game was coming out, in December of 2020 possibly. So again, you got to go ahead and have most, if not all, of the uniforms in the game. One other thing I have to bring up that is a part of the bad. The AI logic and the angles that are taken in this game are bad. I'm not gonna lie, they're bad, and it's not just low IQ players. Like it's just everybody takes horrible angles when it comes to making tackles. They take horrible angles coming at the ball, coming up trying to make tackles. Everybody takes horrible angles. That is a little bit of a quality of life issue. Again, I've gotten really good on defense on this game, which I'll jump into that in a few minutes. But again, that is something that needs to be fixed in this game. Again, now I'm going to move over to Road to Glory a little bit here. Now, I know a lot of people are complaining about Road to Glory. I don't really think Road to Glory is a big issue. Like, it's actually more immersive now than it was in 2014. The only difference is you're not in high school. That's the only L I can really see them taking. And my second L with them is the camera angles suck on some of the Road to Glory, especially at corner. The camera angles are really, really bad. And another thing I'll add to that as well is, especially with the quarterback Road to Glories, how can you work your way up and still not have the ability to be able to make play calls? Like, you're still only can pick one play or either hit triangle or whatever it is on Xbox and get those 3 plays. You should be able to open a playbook up exactly how, kind of like how it was in 14. I will give 14 that. If you got up to a certain level of trust with your coach, you could open up the playbook essentially and call what you want. They need to bring that back to EA College Football, maybe 26, but yeah, they need to bring that. Now, again, I think this game, and I don't want to make this video sound too naggy, because overall, I actually enjoy playing this game. Like, it's actually a pretty fun game to play. And I'll give an official rating of kind of what I think at the end of this video. But again, the game overall is fun to play. Like, I've really enjoyed playing it the last couple of weeks. It's been really fun. It's been really refreshing. It's not a Madden reskin. I will tell you that. If the game sucks, it's for a completely different reason. Like Matt Brown said a couple years ago. It doesn't feel like Madden at all. And obviously it's football, so some things are going to feel like Madden, but this game doesn't feel like Madden at all. It's a lot more sporadic. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot faster. So I do want to put that out there first. And I do want to kind of transition over to the things that I like what I'm seeing. One of the things I like the most, and I think EA College Football and EA Sports did a great job with, a 5-star, a team full of 5 stars is going to feel different than a team full of 2 stars and 3 stars. And it should. It should. I love that, because in the old game, you didn't really feel that difference between UAB and Georgia. Like, you just didn't. If you was good on the sticks, you could hoop. But if you got Coastal Carolina going up against Alabama in this game, you are going to feel it, and you should. That's college football, and I love that. I have to give EA credit on that. They did a tremendous job with making it feel difficult when you are a small school going up against a Bama, Texas, Oregon. You are going to feel it, and I love that. The next thing that I love Dynasty. I love Dynasty. Now, again, I should have put this in the bad. Some of the rankings and some of the standings in Dynasty, like 4 and 14s being number 8 in the country, is terrible. They need to fix that. But overall, Dynasty has been fun. The recruiting is fun once you learn it. And I'll do another video for you guys if you want me to. Just let me know in the comments on how to recruit. Because it's actually fairly easy once you get a hang of it, even for the small schools, really. It's pretty easy once you get a hang of things. But again, I love recruiting in this game. It's really fun. It's really immersive. It could be a little more immersive, but I like it, man. I'm having a lot of fun in my UCLA Dynasty rebuild that I'm doing. Y'all go check that out. Link is in the bio. But again, man, it's been fun, man. I've really enjoyed Dynasty. It's really fun to play with. And again, man, I just like how you can recruit and build through the portal and also as well in high school. I love it, man. It's a really good addition to the game. A lot of people that just like to play games for fun and like the cheese stuff, you're probably going to hate this, but I'm not going to lie. In this game, you have to move strategically. And I like that. As a former football player, it is so fun to be able to show shell coverages. It's so fun to be able to kind of confuse different defenses and stuff like that. That has probably been one of the more enjoyable things about this game that I've enjoyed the most. Like the fact that you actually have to be strategic in this game and you can't just drop back 50 yards and throw a bomb 70 yards downfield like you can do in Madden sometimes. I love that. You really got to stay in the pocket and really make plays, and it just feels a lot more realistic in this game, and I really like that a lot, and I think EA did a really good job in that as well. Again, another thing that a lot of people were complaining about, starting the road to glory with a 2-star or 3-star player. Oh, I don't never get to touch the field. Oh, I'm never going to get on the field. You guys, that's realistic. Maybe because I'm a realistic gamer and a realistic player, and I like to play realistic stuff, I love that. If you're a 2-star, you should see a lot of the bench most of your career. Like, that's mostly how stuff goes. So I don't have a problem with that at all. I really actually enjoy the grind because I started a 3-star wide receiver. As y'all know, the Jabari Watkins series is going on right now, and that video will be coming out pretty shortly after this probably. But again, I've really enjoyed the grind of just working your way up, and it feels realistic. I also like if you're on the bench and you don't never touch the field, they hit you with a red shirt. That's amazing. We did not have that in the old game. If you was on the bench in the old game, you just lost a year eligibility. That's it. You actually get a red shirt year now, where that red shirt year, you can just develop yourself, get better, and then maybe the next year, your freshman red shirt year, you're ready to go. I love it. I like it a lot, and I think that's a really good addition to this game as well. Again, I brought it up earlier. This game is fun, man. It's fun. Like, whether you like it or not, this game is fun. Like, I just enjoy playing it. I love the speed of it. I like how it's fast. Is there things that need to be worked on gameplay-wise? Yes, of course. We kind of talked about that already. But again, I love how fast and just dynamic this game feels. And again, it feels like you actually kind of have to be strategic when playing this game, which I also like as well. Again, I haven't played any of the online modes and stuff like that, so I haven't played like college football, Road to the Playoffs, and Ultimate Team and stuff like that. I haven't played those. So for me, I can't really attest to that or talk about that because I haven't played it. But what I can tell you is the games I have played in Dynasty and stuff like that, it's been fun, and I've really, really enjoyed it. Wrapping up this video, man, I would give this game a 7.5 out of 10 as of right now. I think they do need a patch really bad, and honestly really quickly. Like, I'm talking like within the next week or so. Like, it should have already been out. But again, I'm really enjoying playing this game right now, and I do think it's a decent game overall. And people really just got to realize, even though EA has made a college football game, bro, it's been 11 years. Like, this is essentially a whole new series. So there's going to be some mishaps. There are going to be some mistaken stuff. There's going to be some bad things in this game, which we've already mentioned and talked about. There are some broken logic in this game that does need to be fixed and does need to be patched up. But as a cornerstone kind of set of this game, with this being the first one, I think this is a good building block game. Next year, I would like to see, real head coaches in the game. That would be nice. FCS teams in the game. That would be nice. I haven't even touched Team Builder yet, so that's why you haven't seen me talk about it yet. I will say I have heard Team Builder has been very glitchy, so I will put that in the negative side. That needs to be working, especially when you've been talking about it for months now. That needs to be fixed. But again, overall, man, for this being the first game, I think it's a pretty good game, man. I think it's pretty solid. It's fun. I've had a lot of fun time. I think I already probably got like 70 hours in this game probably already. But it's been a blast, man. I've really enjoyed it. Again, there are things that need to be worked on in this game. I want to make that clear. This is not no perfect game. There's some things that need to be worked on. Another thing I wanted to bring up too that's actually good. I have not seen a bad uniform in this game yet. Everybody's uniforms look magnificent, even Wyoming. And I think they have the ugliest colorways in all of college football. Even their uniforms look nice. The details that EA put in on these uniforms were absolutely amazing. I loved it. They look great. All the uniforms look great. And I just wanted to give them a shout out on them for that as well. Listen, man, if you like this type of content, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. And we're going to holler at you guys on the next one. Appreciate it.